had said that I have a lot of notes that I'm going to go over, and I wrote down notes because if you know me, you know I tend to ramble, and I need to stay on track because this could go really long, and I don't want it to go really long. So basically what I want to do with this call, I'm calling it our strong start call or your kick in the pants call, because I want it to be something that I do maybe once or twice a month for new presenters or anybody that feels that they need that extra kickstart in their business or jumpstart in their business to help get them started again. So I'm going to do this about once or twice a month. It's going to be where I'm going to have some ideas for you guys that you can help your new presenters get started. If you are a new presenter, it'll help you get started. And like I said, if you just need a kick in the pants, it'll help you get that kick in the pants that you need. So for those of you who don't know me, if you are newer, my name is Amanda Smearman. I am an Elite Orange Status presenter with Younique. I have been with Younique for 2.5 years. I actually started in their pre-launch phase, but I really consider my start date with them back in December of 2013, because for the first 13 months of my business, I didn't do anything with it. So I really consider my start date December of 2013. My upline, my direct sponsor is Nicole Smith. If you don't know her name, you will very shortly. I'm sure you will. She is one of the top earners in the company. She's actually presenter number 36. She's a Black status level 1 presenter. So it's really cool that we are actually directly under her, with her being my sponsor. We get a lot of her firsthand training, so it's really cool that we have her there to help support us and watch us grow. I think that's about it for that part. So we're going to talk first about the Fast Start program. If you're not familiar with the Fast Start program, basically what it is in your first 90 days, if you have I wish, if you have $2,000 in PRS, which is personal retail sales, and you sponsor 3 new presenters in that 90-day period, you'll earn $250 in Y cash, or the equivalent of it if you are in a different market. So that's really, really cool. It's a great way to get you on track. If you hit that, you'll have already hit yellow, which is your first promotion. You'll be on track to hit pink, maybe even blue. So that's really cool too. It's just you get and remain consistent in your business. I like to break it down that if you're going to take it over the whole 90-day period, that's about $667 a month in sales and 1 new presenter a month. So that way it doesn't seem as daunting as the full $2,000. But if you want to break it up like that, so set your first month as a goal to do say $670 in sales and sponsor 1 new presenter. That makes it really a lot more manageable and a lot more or a lot less daunting than to feel like you need to do the whole $2,000 right away. If you want to, go for it. I think that's amazing. One thing we are going to talk about today is Younique is very social media based. I'm sure you know that by now. We are known for our virtual parties, which is so cool. It's such a great way to help moms that just want to stay home, or if you are working full time, you don't have time to do home parties. It's such a great way that you can still earn income while being at home with your family and just taking an hour or 2 a week and doing an online party. It's really, really cool. What I'm going to talk about tonight is home parties, and here's why. I have noticed since I've been doing more home parties, my sales have skyrocketed. I have, when I say skyrocketed, I mean they've tripled in what my monthly sales used to be. So I'm going to talk a lot about home parties, but you can take this information. If you don't want to do home parties, don't feel the pressure to do them, but you can take this information and apply it to the online parties as well. The same information kind of goes. So what I'm going to suggest to you, if you are newer or if you're looking for the kick in the pants, is to book 3 to 5 parties in your first month. So since we're almost at the end of April, start it from May. So say for May, your goal is to book 3 to 5 parties. These could be home parties, a mixture of the two. People on Google Plus or Pinterest on a party, or even via email. So you can kind of mix it up all in there. But like I said, I'm going to focus a lot on home parties because home parties are really a lot more safe than online parties are, just because people get to try the products and book able to weigh in all that. And yeah, right, we know you did a lot easier. So I'm suggesting you do 3 to 5 parties in your first month, even though it sounds crazy. I promise I'm not crazy. You're going to reap the benefits by, if you have the 3 to 5 parties, you should officially, you'll qualify as white status, obviously, because you only need $125 to do that. You should be on track or very close to yellow, which is your first promotion and pay raise. And you're going to earn an awesome paycheck. Imagine the paycheck, the commission that you're going to receive from those 3 to 5 parties. Like, that's insane for your first amount. You're going to easily have earned that $99 back that you spent on your kit, which is the whole goal. I mean, we don't go into a business to be out money. So by having these 3 to 5 parties, you're going to earn that $99 back in no time at all. Let me see. When you hold 3 to 5 parties in your first month and do good hostess coaching, I realized I spelled good wrong in my notes. Can you believe that? I spelled it God. Okay, whatever works for you. If you do good hostess coaching, you should easily have 8 to 10 guests at each party. I know that sounds like a lot, but if you're coaching your hostess to invite 40 people to her party, she's going to look at you like you're crazy. Like, there's no way 40 people are going to fit in my house. But not all 40 of them are going to show up. And if they did, sit on somebody's lap. Like, that's an amazing problem to have. So if you have 8 to 10 guests at the party, let's say with just 8 guests who placed an average order of $65, which really is about my average sale at my home parties, because people if they're buying the lashes and say they're buying the lashes, say a pigment, a liner, like that adds up really, really quick. So say their average order is $65. That should put your parties at about $520 each. Okay, so if just even if you just had the 2 parties, you're officially going to promote to yellow right there. You're halfway to your fast start PRS goal. You're on track for so much. So let's go beyond that. Let's say you have her going for the 8 to 10 guests at her party. What if you also encouraged her to have 5 outside orders? Set up a little incentive for her. Say, if you have 5 outside orders by the time I get to your house, or if it's online by the time that your party starts on Facebook, I'll give you a gift. It could be a pigment, it could be a liner, it could be a big sample pack. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a full product. It could be a sample of the cleanser, moisturizer, like a face care, or a face or skincare sample pack. It could be anything like that. So if you have her get those 5 outside orders, that could potentially increase your party sales another $200 to $325. Think about that on top of the already $520. That's an amazing paycheck for if you're doing a home party for 2 to 3 hours out of your night. Like, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's break this down. Let's say, and if you hear snoring, it's my dog. She snores. She likes to sit and lay near me while I'm doing videos and stuff, and she always has to snore. Okay, so let's say you have 5 parties in your first month, and they average out to $500 each, which is really cool. That's $2,500 in PRS. There's your fast start PRS goal. You would also earn $575 in commission off of that in your first month. That's insane. That's really cool. So let's say you got those parties. What happens if you book 2 parties from each of those 5 parties? That's 10 parties that you have. That's 10. Molly, you don't see me. It probably went out. As long as you can hear me, that's fine. Okay. Anyway, if you book 2 parties from each of those first 5 parties, that's 10 parties. They don't even have, don't get all, I don't have time for that. Don't do all that on me. But let's say you booked 3 for 1 month and then booked the other ones on another month, and you can spread them out because they don't want all of their friends consistently buying. Like, their friends are going to get tired. So if you spread it out over a couple months throughout the catalog, you're going to have your season booked up well in advance. And it never hurts to have extra parties on your calendar, because what happens if 1 or 2 of those parties cancel, or one ends up being a big flop? So you got to think about that too. Okay, Molly, glad you can hear me. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. You should also, if you haven't done your own open house launch party or even online launch party, totally do it. I actually do my own launch party every catalog. Like, I just did a spring launch party. In the fall, I'll do a fall launch party. Think about things like that just constantly, because if you're launching new products, you got to have a launch for it. So if you're hosting your own party, you're getting to show off the products to your friends and family. Since you're the hostess, you get the hostess rewards for it. You can't even talk. And you're also getting your commission. So you're getting free products plus your commission. It's a great way to add to your personal collection of makeup, or to get products that you want to display. And it's also one of your first 3 to 5 parties that I'm recommending that you have. So hang on, I need a drink. Okay. Another reason to have these parties so soon is it helps you build your confidence and get past the nervous stage. If you have been around for a while, I know you know what I'm talking about. I get that way too. I've seen presenters hold 1 party a month. I've done it myself. The first couple months that I really focused on Younique, hold 1 party a month or 1 party every couple of weeks. And I never seem to get out of that nervous stage. You know what I mean? Where you're going to a party and you're thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to set it up? I need to remember to talk about this. And it was all because I wasn't used to doing it. It wasn't part of a routine for me. So by holding a party a week, or even 2 if you wanted to do that, if you're feeling really brave, it gets you into the routine and you remember what to say. You remember how you set up your products. You remembered like little, if you do like throw in like little jokes and things like that to kind of break the ice, it helps you remember all of this stuff, and you just get in this rhythm and routine of doing it. And it just makes you feel more comfortable. You get more relaxed with each party. And as you begin to relax and get more comfortable, so will your guests. And when your guests are more comfortable and relaxed, they're going to have fun. They're going to spend more money. And if they're having fun with you because you're more comfortable and relaxed, they're going to want to book parties from you. So that's even more to add to your calendar. So after you get those parties out of the way and you're comfortable with them, you decide how many parties a month you want to do. Get these 3 to 5 out of the way in 1 month and you're good, okay? That way you're comfortable with them. If you decide after that, I only want to do 2 parties a month, fine. As long as you keep that consistency going, you're going to succeed, because you're going to be comfortable with these parties. Your guests are going to be comfortable with you. They're going to have fun with you. Your parties are going to be successful, and you're not going to have that nervousness anymore. Nobody likes to feel nervous and anxious. Trust me, I know. But the more you do it, the more you're going to get comfortable with it and want to do it more. Okay, so how are you going to get these parties? We got to get your calendar full, right? So if you haven't filled out your Frank list, now's the time, okay? Frank stands for friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, co-workers, and people you know through your kids. Through that list, I want you to have, hang on, Allie. I want you to have a list of 100 people. It sounds crazy. You can totally do it. Go through your Facebook friends list. Okay, I know a lot of you have 5, 6, 7, 800,000 or more friends on there. You might not know them all personally, but go through that and you should at least be able to come up with a list of 100 people. This should be a rotating list as well as you're going through people, because you're going to have people on that list that are going to book parties from you. They're going to go ahead and buy from you. They might even sign up to be a presenter under you. You need to continually be growing that list. And that is where you get those new people to add to your list, is your parties. any vendor events you do. And that's another thing, the vendor events, going back up to what we just talked about, the vendor events, it's the same for parties. The more you do them, the more comfortable you are. And they are an amazing way to grow your contact list. Amazing way. So that's where you want to get those list of 100 people from. Your Facebook friends list, go through all of them if you're thinking that you can't do it. And hang on, I'm getting all kinds of questions. Okay. Allie asked, I'm going to go ahead and answer Allie's question real quick before I forget. Okay. Yes, Allie, I am actually working on some product education for our team. And I'm going to have little kind of business card size things that you can print out that's going to have knowledge about each of the products. You can take those to your parties and things like that. So if you need to have notes, that's okay at your parties, and you'll be able to refer to those. But I am working on that. They don't have anything through corporate right now, but with Tracy, I'm sure it's in the works. But yes, she asked if we have, if she can get cards or something like that with more about, to learn more about the products. And that's another thing we are going to get into here in just a little bit. But yes, I am working on that, and I'm sure corporate is working on it as well. And you're not bothering me, so don't say sorry. Okay, so after you've got your Franks list, we're going to talk about hostess coaching. Okay, this is something that I don't think a lot of people do, but it's so important to having a successful party. Hostess coaching, like I said, it's one of the most important things you can do to have a successful party. You've committed to going to her house. You've committed to having a party. Why not make the most of it? Okay, you're leaving your family. You're maybe even giving up a girls' night out or something, or a girls' dinner out to go do this party. She's kicking her family out of her house for the night. You're both going to benefit by good hostess coaching. Don't assume that your hostess knows what to do. Even if she has done tons of parties in the past, even if she, I totally lost my train of thought. even if she's done parties in the past, assume that she's brand new and has no idea what she's talking or what she's doing. Just assume that. So it's your job to coach her through each step and have a successful party. It's important to make 3 contacts with your hostess. 1 within 24 hours of booking. And with that contact, you're going to thank her for booking, seeing if she's had a chance to go through her hostess packet, if she even has it yet. The second is a week to 10 days before her party. This is where you're going to ask if she has any questions, and encourage her to collect those outside orders that we talked about a little bit ago. And you're going to have her follow up with all of her invited guests to see who can make it, so she can kind of plan, and you can plan as well. The third contact is 24 to 48 hours before the party. This is to confirm the time that you'll be there. If you need directions, this is the time to get them. You're going to find out how many guests she has coming and if she has any outside orders so far. And you're going to go ahead and see if she has any other questions. So creating this relationship with them and this conversation with them, she's going to feel more confident and excited about having the party. Have you ever gone to a hostess's house and they just don't seem excited? I've done that before, where I get there and I'm like, do they even want to have this party? But then I look back and I'm thinking, we haven't talked a whole lot. This was before I started hostess coaching really well. So we hadn't talked a lot. So we didn't have much of a relationship before the party. So maybe she wasn't that comfortable, and maybe she just had questions that she was scared to ask, or wasn't sure about, and it was all because I didn't coach her that well. So she's going to feel more comfortable with you and be more prepared for the party, and maybe feel more confident and excited about the party the more you talk to her and the more that you get her going about it. So if you have been around for a while, and even if you haven't, you will hear this from me at some point or another, consistency is key. And this all goes together, I promise. Consistency is key. So in my previous company that I was with, that I worked before I started working Younique full time, they talked a lot about 2-10-1. And this is something that I've followed and slightly tweaked throughout my Younique journey to get me consistent with my business and to help me get where I want to be when I want to be there. Not that I'm necessarily where I want to be, but I'm happy with it. Okay, so 2-10-1 for me stands for 2 parties a month, 10 guests at each party, and 1 new presenter per month. By doing that, it keeps me consistent in my personal business and it grows my team. So the reason I say 1 new presenter a month, some people do 1 new presenter a quarter, whatever you want to do. I like to do a month because it keeps me confident in my sponsoring efforts, I guess you could say. The same that I said before with the parties, the more you do it, the more the less nervous you feel. It goes the same with sponsoring. So that's why I like to set a goal for myself of 1 new presenter a month. And I want you to think about something real quick. Did you know that if you sponsored 1 new presenter per month and taught your downline to do the same thing, so you sponsor somebody and the next month they sponsor somebody and that person sponsors somebody and you sponsor somebody. You get what I'm saying? Everybody, you teach everybody to sponsor 1 person a month. Do you know that in 1 year, you'll have over 4,000 people in your success line? That's insane. Think about that. And it's just 1 person, just 1 person a month that is taking advantage of the opportunity that you're sharing. So just think about that and think about where your business could be in a year if you did that and taught your success line to do the same thing. Okay. So following this and teaching your team to do the same thing, it's like I said, it's going to have you on the fast track for promotions. And if you're in this business to make it a career, that's the path that you need to be on. If you are in this just as a hobby to earn some extra income, totally fine. I love you just the same. You might not be interested in sponsoring. That's totally okay. But if you're in this to make this even a part-time income, even to supplement while you're off on maternity leave or something like that, this might be a path that you want to go on. So definitely the 2-10-1, like I said, 2 parties a month, 10 guests at each party, and 1 new presenter a month. Follow that and you're going to get on that track for promotions and to rise up in this company like crazy. So, okay, you have these parties, and what happens after all of these parties are over? Is your calendar empty? Well, it shouldn't be, because you should be booking at the party. So you need to be sure that you are familiar with our hostess benefits. There's the chart that's on the parties page of your website, and it's also in the catalog on page 2. The chart is right there that explains everything. So make sure you're familiar with that. It's not, once you view the chart and understand it, it's really not that hard to comprehend. If you have any questions, just let me know. But be sure that, like I said, be sure that you're familiar with the program. And at your parties, talk about any curse. Can I not talk? Talk about any current hostess kudos that might be going on. If you give a gift to your hostess, say that you offered her, for booking the party, say you offered her a free liner, make sure you give that to her during the presentation so her guests are seeing you reward her. Talk about earning half price and free product credits. I love talking about these when I'm going over the collections and sets because, oh, this is so cool. Sally can earn this collection for half price when she redeems her hostess credit. Isn't that cool? Like, think about that. So if you have all these people and they're like, all these collections, I'd love to have those collections, but they're just so expensive. No, if you host a party, they're half price. You never pay full price for a collection. You crazy? Just talk about it like that. A lot of excitement about hosting a party. Throw an incentive in there. Say the first, if Sally gets 2 bookings from her party, she'll receive whatever at their parties. Give an incentive for the hostess as well. We in my previous company, we called them booking bonuses. Give her a booking bonus incentive. So if she has 2 friends that book parties, she gets something too. You can even throw in a gift for their friends if you want to, for her friends if you want to, that's fine. Whatever you want to do. These are just ideas. You take them and run with them. Okay. Oh, and the most obvious, ask for the booking. Just ask. When you're at checkout and you're going through their orders, was there anything that you weren't able to get today? Well, yeah, I really had my eye on that collection. Well, you know, if you host a party, you could get it half price. Right there. And you can even throw in and say, do you want to go ahead and set your date now? Just assume that they want to book a party until they say, no, I don't want to. Just assume. It does work, I promise. Okay, and make the party fun. If they have fun with you, they're going to want to party with you. So have you ever gone to that home party and where the consultant or presenter just had so much fun and you're like, I want to do that, or I want to party with them. I want this to go on in my house. I want my friends to have this much fun. Be that person. Be that person. Do whatever it takes. Have fun at the party. Make it fun. Make it look easy, but make it fun. You can also play a booking game. There's a website, homepartyplannetwork.com. That's homepartyplannetwork.com. All kinds of booking games there. There's a deal or no deal one. There's the dice game. All the information on those games are in there, but there's a lot of, and these are quick games that you can just throw in at the last minute of any party that you're not getting any bookings at. Just throw it in there and you'll be good. Okay, now sponsoring. Sponsoring, also known as recruiting, but I hate that word. Hate it, is a gift that you were offered. Somebody along the line offered you the gift of Younique and you accepted it. Okay? Just like it was a gift for you, it could be a gift for somebody else. It could be just what somebody is looking for, and you might not know it until you offer it to them. Your excitement will be contagious, so share the opportunity every chance you get. If somebody says, hey, what are you doing, or how you doing? Talk about your Younique business, especially at the parties. If people are seeing how much fun you're having with Younique and things like that, or if you're showing a certain product, and say you're showing, like last year at convention, we got the set of the 15 liners. When I'm showing those, I say, I love these liners. I got them for free last year at convention. Like, people love to hear that you get free stuff. So be sure to share that. At your parties, if you make mistakes, it's okay. I do it all the time. It shows, when you make mistakes, it just shows them that you don't have to be perfect to do this job. This job, you're a regular mom, you're a regular woman just out there doing your thing, trying to make a little extra money. It's okay. You want to be human for them. So if you make mistakes, that's okay. Don't let that make you nervous or anything at all. Let me see. Plus, if you're sponsoring and say you're not ready to be leadership, I do consider pink. If you hit pink, because that means you have somebody under you, you are, in my eyes, considered a leader because you have sponsored somebody. If you're not ready for that, that's what me or your upline elite is here for. We're here to help train your presenters until you are ready. Or we could even help work with you to help train them. Whatever you need, we're here. So don't feel like you're totally overwhelmed if you all of a sudden have these people on your team. And always remember that it's our job to offer the opportunity. It's their job to accept it or decline it. Don't forget that. Okay. We're closing up here. Almost done. If you want to go ahead, if you have any questions, go ahead and PM them to me on Facebook, and I will answer them. I don't think the chat is working if you're using the YouTube link that I posted because the Google Plus link wasn't working. So if you have any questions, go ahead and PM them to me, and once I get done this next section, I will go over them all. Give me just 1 second real quick. Okay. So meetings and trainings. If you're local, your elite upline, if you're local to your elite upline, they should be holding trainings every once in a while, or monthly meetings, or whatever they want to call it. Plan to attend those monthly, every other month, whenever they're held. Plan to get to all trainings as possible. It can't hurt. Even if you're listening to the same information, again, it's going to sink in even more. Okay. If your elite upline is not local, work with her to help you find some local trainings. That's what we're here for. If you're not local to me, let me know, and I will find somebody in your area that does monthly trainings or every other month trainings, or whenever they do trainings, I will find a training for you to get to. Okay. And be sure to register for all company webinars. Even if you can't listen in when they actually go live, if you register, you get a playback link that you can listen to later. There's some amazing information given in these webinars, especially the ones that are co-hosted by Black status leaders. You need to listen to these. You will, if you check your email every Monday and Friday, there should be an email from corporate in there. Usually comes around mid-afternoon, somewhere in there. If there's a webinar coming up, the link is going to be in there to register. While you have that email open, just go ahead and register for it. Get it out of the way, and that way, like I said, even if you cannot attend when it's live, you're going to receive the playback. And it's awesome to have the playback even if you can listen when it's live, because then you can go back in if you need to take more notes or anything like that. You have it right there that you can do that. Okay, so let's get down to some basics about your actual business. Payday. We love payday, right? Well, with Younique, payday is every day. How fun is that? We earn commission 3 hours after every single sale, which I love that. Like if I have a sale and I'm like, oh, like, or I need something from the market and I'm short on cash or something like that, and I have a sale, that makes my day, because I'm like, oh, great, now I can go get that. I don't have to take it out of this or whatever. I have the money that I can go do that with. Once you reach pink and higher, you'll be paid on your success line on the 8th of every month from the previous month. So on May 8th, if you are pink or higher, you'll get your royalties from your success line from the month of April. So that's really cool. It's actually my favorite day of the month now. After your first sale, be on the lookout for an email from Pay Quicker. This is where your commission will automatically be deposited. And they'll have you fill out the form and everything and get your account all set up. You'll be able to transfer the money to your bank account or use your Pay Quicker debit card that you'll receive once you hit $50 in commission. Okay, tips for success. Check our team training group daily. This is where you're going to stay up to date on announcements, any new training, and other things like that. It's also a great place to connect with other presenters on our team and help cheer each other on. That's what my team training page is for. Not just training, not just for me to give you information, but for everybody to connect together, start conversations, share ideas. That's what we're all here for, to help. If you need help with something, or you're brainstorming an idea that you want to do for an event or something, post it in the group and let everybody help you out. Okay. Be sure to check out my new presenter playlist on my YouTube training channel. If you don't have the link, PM me and I'll send it to you. While you're there, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified via email anytime a new video is posted. You should also do the same for Nicole Smith. If you search Nicole Smith on YouTube, you will find her training channel. Like I said in the beginning, she's my direct sponsor, and always has amazing videos, and her videos are short, sweet, to the point, and lots of good information there, so you'll love that. Okay, and remember, your excitement is contagious. Share the opportunity with everyone, and you are your best advertisement, so make sure you're always wearing at least the mascara. Okay, the very minimum mascara. I've loved these last few weeks being able to wear the lip stain. People are loving it. Just you are your best advertisement, so always make sure that you are wearing Younique. Okay, never leave home without catalogs, business cards, samples, and or blitz cards. Okay, you never know when you're going to run into somebody that wants some information or wants your website. You always want to have stuff there, and I love having samples with me. It just makes it easy to, instead of just handing them a card or something like that, I actually have something to hand them, and it gives me a reason to follow up with them later. Business supplies, if you didn't know, can be ordered by clicking business supplies on your website. Okay, and I encourage you to play around and explore with your website and back office. The more familiar you are with it, the more comfortable you'll be to be able to help your new presenters as they get started. Okay, so here's your homework. Are you ready for homework? I didn't mention there's going to be homework, did I? Well, there is. Okay, make sure you are familiar with the presenter's agreement. I cannot stress this enough. Please make sure you're familiar with the presenter's agreement. I actually read over it about once a month. I know it sounds crazy, but I do, because as an elite leader, I need to make sure that I have the answers if somebody comes to me with a question, or if I see somebody in my success line doing something that's against the agreement, so I can let them know so they don't get in trouble. So if I ever come to you and tell you that, hey, you can't do that, I'm not being mean. I'm just telling you that so you know to take it down or to change something so you don't get in trouble. We don't want anybody else to see it or you get turned in or anything. So yeah, that's why you should always make sure you're familiar with the presenter's agreement. Keep a constant and rolling list of your 100 francs. And I don't want to see a smart aleck with a piece of paper that has franc listed 100 times. That's not what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Make sure you register for any upcoming trainings or webinars. Be sure you're reading through corporate emails that are sent out every Monday and Friday. Take time to view the new presenter playlist if you haven't already. And memorize the Hostess Rewards program. Like we talked about, that's very important as you're sharing the opportunity to host parties. That way you have all the answers. You know exactly how much your hostess can earn. And yeah, I think that's about it. If anybody has any questions, I'm going to hang out for about a minute. So go ahead and PM them to me. Otherwise, we are going to call this a night. And I thank you guys so much for bearing with me on my very first Strong Start call, or kick in the pants call. I don't know what I should call it. Should I call it kick in the pants call? I don't know. Let me know. All right, guys, I think that's it. It doesn't look like we're having any questions come through. So, all right, have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.